After Dark Stories, Episode 6, Sensual, Room 14. The woman at the front desk looked at her screen, then at the man, then at the woman, back at her screen with the expression of someone who would very much like to be somewhere else. "You both have valid reservations," she said carefully, "for tonight, for Room 14. The man, whose name was Daniel, looked at the woman beside him. She had dark eyes and a rolling suitcase and the particular composure of someone who had learned, somewhere along the way, to be calm first and furious later. "The hotel is fully booked," the receptionist added. "I'm very sorry." The woman, whose name was Kara, said nothing for a moment. Then she said, "One room." "One room," the receptionist confirmed. "One bed." "It is a king." They rode the lift in silence. Not the hostile kind, more the kind that happens when two people have simultaneously decided not to say anything stupid. Room 14 was, at least, a good room. High ceilings, a window overlooking the city, and yes, one very large bed positioned in the center like a mediator neither of them had asked for. Someone had left a bottle of wine on the side table with a card that said, "Compliments of the management." Daniel picked it up and turned it toward Kara with a look that asked the question without words. She took it and found glasses in the bathroom. They talked at first with the careful neutrality of strangers stuck in an elevator, the booking platform, the unlikely coincidence, whose fault it probably was. They agreed it was probably nobody's fault and split the last of the wine equally. Then the conversation moved, as conversations do when the practical questions have been exhausted, into something more genuine. She asked what he did. He told her, then asked what she did and found himself actually listening to the answer. She was easy to listen to, specific, dry, self-aware, without making a performance of it. By 11 o'clock, they had moved from the chairs by the window to the respective sides of the bed, fully clothed, with both the unspoken agreement that this was just the adult approach to an odd situation. It was the darkness, maybe, or the particular anonymity of a hotel room in a city that wasn't quite either of theirs, or simply that they had talked long enough and honestly enough that the usual caution had quietly stood up and let itself out. She said something at some point that made him laugh, genuinely, the kind that caught him off guard. And in the moment after the laugh, when he looked at her, something shifted. He felt it too. He could tell by the way she looked back. "This is very strange," she said. "It is," he agreed. "I think I like it," she said. The city moved below the window. The room held them in the specific suspension of a moment that knows it will only happen once, and is, somehow, better for it. There was no urgency in it. That was the most surprising part, how unhurried it felt, as if the night had decided to be generous. By morning, they were still talking. The city was gray and gold at the edges, and the bed between them had long ceased to feel like a problem. She had to leave by 8. At the door, she paused. "Same booking platform?" she said. He smiled. "Same booking platform." It wasn't a plan, but it was close enough. Two strangers, one room, one long and unexpected night. Tell me, do you think they found each other on purpose, even if neither knew it? And more importantly, would you have taken the wine? Leave a comment. I read them all.